Greetings, fellow armchair Imagineers. Tiki here,
I'm AdvBlueDude.
and welcome to Nuts and Bolts, the show where we dive into theme parks from the other side of the Disney pond.
Yes.
Yes, and AdvBlueDude, you have not been here in quite a while. You've been on vacation.
Yes, I have.
And how was that vacation, dear sir?
It was good.
It was good. It was
Yeah.
good, yeah. You missed out on some Big Brother drama. You missed out on the opening of Wizarding World of Harry Potter. 450-minute wait times.
Yep.
Yeah, so that happened. And we still don't have a decent POV, although the POVs of Gringotts that I have seen have underwhelmed me. But keep in mind, it's like I haven't seen the full attraction in person. But anyways, AdvBlueDude. What was the main stop along this vacation trek of yours?
Well, it wasn't really the main stop, but the only thing
What
relevant.
was the main stop, out of curiosity?
There wasn't really a main stop. I went to Williamsburg, Virginia, and I went to Washington, D.C., and I went to Lancaster, Pennsylvania. But, in that time, the most relevant thing to talk about is Busch Gardens, Williamsburg.
Yes.
Because I went there. Yes.
All right. Now, Busch Gardens. This is always going to be the park to me that's associated with One Day at Horrorland from Goosebumps, because it is the park that the family is driving to before they come upon the Horrorland billboard. And at the time, I always thought it was so weird. I was like, "Wait, Busch Gardens? Who would go to a theme park themed all around beer?"
Oh, who wouldn't? This isn't beer, by the way. This is underaged. I do not drink.
Oh, sure you don't. Sure you don't.
But anyway, Busch Gardens. It's not. There is no mention of beer in the park.
Really? That's
Well, I mean,
surprising.
aside from actual beer.
Being
but-
sold. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
But
like,
there's no
hey,
like beer, like there's no like beer flat rides or anything like that.
No, it's not like Duffland.
Oh god. Oh god. If only. If only.
I should put that in Universal. That'd be great.
Oh god. There is the Budweiser factory that's like about 10 minutes from Six Flags Discovery Kingdom. Ironically enough, right next to the Jelly Belly factory. And it'd be great if the Budweiser factory just had like a boat ride with singing animatronics. I don't know. I've never been there.
I just want to meet Surly. But yeah, the Anheuser-Busch plant is like 5 minutes away from the park.
Okay,
But other
that
than that,
makes
it's not
sense.
really. Yeah, there isn't really any mention of it.
It's
Nor do I think they have tours. I don't know.
a family picture. It's a family park. It's for the families.
Yeah, but Busch Gardens Williamsburg is themed to Europe. So
Oh yes.
there are five countries? 5 or 6. Maybe 7. There's UK, there's Scotland, there's Ireland, there's Italy, there's France, there's Germany, and there's Greece. So there's 7.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, but each of the big lands have 1 or 2 large coasters, and that's the main point of the park. I was kind of surprised because it's a coaster park, but it only has 5 coasters. But what's incredible,
That's I know parks like that. It's called Six Flags Discovery Kingdom. Oh, God.
no, but what's
Wait, let's see.
great is that
Medusa, Kong, D2, Roar, Superman, and goddamn it, I don't count Boomerang. So there, that's 5.
what's great though is that though it only has 5 coasters,
Mhm.
all of the coasters are unique, and all of the coasters are fucking incredible.
Yeah, that's cool, because in an age of clones, you know what I mean? It's like for example, like with Medusa at Discovery Kingdom, it's got a very, very standard B&M layout that I feel like they've implied to a lot of different rides, where it's just like, oh no, we're going up the 150-foot lift hill and 150-foot drop, 120-foot loop, 75-foot dive loop, and then 0G roll. Cobra roll, block breaks, a couple corkscrews, the end. Does that sound familiar? Because it is. I've
Yeah.
written it a bunch of times. Not only on Medusa.
Yeah, like the only
It's a familiar as fuck layout. And of
the
course we
only
have a mind eraser. Fuck yeah. And a boomerang. You know,
yeah,
we really know how to fucking live it up with our non-cloned rides. Okay, I'm
like
sorry, go ahead.
that's the only real like off the shelf kind of sort of coaster is Griffin.
Okay,
And
yeah.
that's is that a hyper coaster?
Yeah, I wouldn't
I think
know.
it's a hyper coaster. No, I know, I'm asking myself. I'll look it up because I'm having a brain fart. Coast. Am I an idiot? What the fuck's going on? Things or I apologize for everything. Why am I don't want to go to videos, I want to go pictures. Yes, it is a hypercoaster. No it's not. Yes, no it's not.
Make up your mind,
I don't
damn
know.
you.
It's like
You
the first
fool.
coaster. It's one of those coasters. It's got 3 rows of 5 million seats, and it goes up the hill, turns around, stops at
How
the
tall
crest
is
of the
it?
hill. Ooh, I have to look it up. It's
I think
it's
anything
pretty
over
tall.
like 250 feet would be considered hyper.
I thought it was a hyper. What are you doing? I don't.
I mean,
Like,
I guess that's just my like non-official ranking of what a hypercoaster would be. But for me, it's anything over 250.
the smart thing to do would just be to type it in. It's B&M. It's it's listed as a steel dive coaster,
Oh,
and it's 205 feet.
okay,
But it's
okay.
like to me, it's the worst coaster in the park, but it's no way bad. But
205 feet, that technically would not put it at hypercoaster
okay.
status. Yeah.
It's one of those coasters where goes up the lift hill, does turn around, and then right before it goes over, it stops and
Okay.
hangs you over the edge.
Sure,
I
sure.
mean, it was cool, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
I just think compared to the other coasters, it wasn't
Kind of
like
sounds like
holy shit amazing.
kind of sounds like YOLO Coaster at Magic Mountain, where it's more kind of built off of gimmick than anything else.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Because with YOLO, it's just like, oh my god, we're going over the loop and we're going on a backwards launch, but there's not much to it other than that. It's just sort of like, oh, elements just thrown at you with no rhyme or
Hmm.
reason. At least that's the criticism I've heard with YOLO.
Yeah.
And of course, the hideous dubstep loading area, but we won't get
Oh
into that.
Christ. Huh. No, I mean like it's an okay coaster, but I feel it's the weakest. Which
Oh,
is weird because like everyone else seems to like go ape shit over this coaster and think it's like the most amazing thing to ever grace Busch Gardens.
right,
I
right.
mean it's okay. But one thing that's interesting is Griffin, the ride, is in the France section of Busch Gardens.
Okay.
And in Busch Gardens, guess what fucking music they had playing in France?
Oh God. Oh
They
God.
had the soundtrack to The Artist. And I was going ape shit.
For
Fucking
some
great.
reason, I thought you were gonna say Daft Punk,
No.
because
No,
Daft Punk are very French.
well, yeah, they are, but I was walking through, I was like, this is fucking artist, and I was going fucking ape shit. This fucking artist is playing one in France, fucking theme park, like goddamn sign, it was great. But
Nice, nice.
I'm just gonna go through the coasters first, and I'll
Oh yeah,
talk
by
about
all
the other
means.
rides.
Sure.
Um, I'll go to my favorite last. Oh shit, I have two favorites. I'm so
No,
sorry.
you can only have one favorite.
Oh, but they're so great. I'll talk about Apollo's Chariot because it was a good ride, but again, it was kind of off the shelf. It was like any other like this might be Intamin. I don't know coasters, and I don't know why because usually I'm okay with that. Um, it's one of the ones that's all about like G's. It's like yeah, the airtime
What
coaster.
style is it?
Oh Christ, let me look it up. I don't know why I'm blanking on everything. Apollo. it's the B&M Hyper. I didn't realize
Oh,
it was
okay.
the B&M Hyper. But
Okay. Nice.
yeah, I mean it's kind of off the shelf. Like I've been on Nitro at Busch Gardens, Six Flags Great Adventure, and it's
Right.
essentially the same ride. But
Yeah, that's annoying. That's annoying when you can get the same layout just in different parks.
yeah, what I like about Apollo's Chariot though is that like it follows. There's a river that runs through the park, and
Hmm.
Apollo's Chariot follows that river, which is really cool. So like
Oh,
as
that
you're
is
on
nice.
it, yeah. So like 70% of it you're on the water, which is really
Sure.
interesting. It makes it more interesting to look at while you're on instead of
Yep.
just going up and down. But really, the whole point of it is just about airtime. So, but
Yeah,
it's no big
airtime, another thing that Six Flags Discovery Kingdom very much lacks.
deal.
And speaking of coasters going over water, there is an old stadium that used to host a ski show. It has a big old body of lake water that's kind of surrounding it. I assume the park still owns it. Why don't they build a flying coaster or some shit over there? Like
That'd be
seriously, that
cool.
stadium's been abandoned for years.
Hmm.
So, anyways, I digress.
One thing to say
Really,
about that.
literally, the only thing I have to contribute is making comparisons to Discovery Kingdom.
No, like the only thing I really have to say about Apollo's Chariot is that it had the worst operation
Oh
out
God.
of everything in the park.
Mm.
And let me preface this by saying that somehow I went 2 days after the 4th of July,
Oh
and
God.
I walked on every fucking ride in this park.
Oh, that's nice.
There were, it was weird. It was crowded, a little bit crowded, but there were no
Uh,
lines. Lines were non-existent.
I've had that happen at Discovery Kingdom before, where it's like
Uh,
you walk up and it looks like it's going to be a crowded ass day, but for some reason, like all the people are like dispersed in a random ass fashion, and
yeah,
and you just end up getting on things. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I think the longest line I saw was like 15 minutes.
Oh, right,
But
right.
like I went on Loch Ness Monster, like I got right in the fucking train. I went in for Bolton. I waited 2 cars so I could sit in the front. Like it was great. It was amazing. But
Oh,
Paul's Cherry was like it was the only coaster that it went on that actually had a line. And
okay.
the way the seating works, it's 10 rows of five, something like
Hmm.
that. But each row fits five. But actually, I lied. Each row fits four.
Yeah,
But
I
it's
was about
it
to say that sounds like a
yeah.
long ass row.
Yep. Sorry. It's but it was horrible because people were in groups of like two or three, like constantly.
Oh, yeah,
I was
freaking
run.
when that
Yeah.
happens at Medusa, you bet your ass the Six Flags staff will fill up those empty seats.
No, that's the thing. I
I
was
mean,
riding
that's what
alone.
single riders for.
I was riding alone. They don't have single rider at Busch Gardens,
Oh, that's a
and
shame.
none of the cast members were trying to fill the seats. So
Yeah,
I waited like 5 cars more than I should have
yeah,
because
the
people
Medusa
just
people are
wouldn't. Yeah,
very efficient about that. They
good.
will specifically like pair if they see like two people,
Yeah,
like if they see two people like right next to each other, or about, they'll just be like, all right, guys, just get onto this one row. You know what I
good,
mean? Yeah.
good. And
Yeah,
it's not
Medusa's
like
like
the
a
wait.
fucking warhorse in terms of Discovery Kingdom operations. They've got that thing running to just
Yeah,
an art.
it's not like the line was horrible. It was just
Oh,
infuriating when like groups of five wouldn't waited. Like a group of five let like two go on, and then the other three waited for the next train. But the group after that was two, and they couldn't split the fuck up because I don't know. So I waited 5 extra cars for two groups to go through.
oh God.
That was frustrating. But that's like the only. That's really the only bad time, quote unquote, bad that I had at Busch Gardens.
Sure.
It was great. There were no lines. But another coaster, great coaster, Loch Ness Monster.
Oh
It's
yeah.
this one I actually know what it is. It's an arrow looping. It was
Mhm.
it was made in fucking '77, but it's
It's basically this park's equivalent of the Revolution at Magic Mountain.
yeah. No, but the park opened in '75 and this opened in fucking '77.
Uh-huh.
But it's the first and only roller coaster to have interlocking loops.
which is so fucking cool.
It
And
was
is it
really fucking
intense?
cool. No, actually, it's not that
No.
intense. No, it was I was surprised too because especially for like an arrow looping, like it was not.
Yeah,
It was,
exactly. With all the forces and
yeah,
stuff. Yeah,
it was
right.
not rickety. Though of course that could be because it didn't have corkscrews. The only inversions were the loops,
Okay, okay,
but it
yeah.
just wasn't rickety. I felt.
Well, props to them.
Yeah. Like it's really simple, but it's interesting. It's really cool because after the first loop, it kind of like goes off into the woods and does
Mhm.
this really long helix. It
Right,
does like
right,
this really
yeah.
long helix enclosed in like the structure.
Oh, that's
So like
cool.
it's entirely in the dark as you're just doing
Uh-huh.
like this 30-second
Oh,
helix. It's
wow,
really cool.
wow.
Yeah. But then it goes out, does the interlocking locking loop. It's a really cool ride, really
Oh,
not quirky. It's a really good ride for being so old.
yeah, for sure, definitely.
And great fucking coaster. I really, really enjoyed it. Um, then the next coaster, which is one of the two tied for my favorite in the park.
Oh boy.
Fucking Alpengeist.
Yeah, Alpengeist.
Oh my god,
Oh
it was
yeah.
incredible. I think it's the tallest invert,
That could very well be. Yeah, I could
and
see it.
I also think it has the most inversions.
Wait, actually, I think technically, Banshee at Kings Island broke that record.
Shit, you might be right. I think it
Yeah,
did.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
I still think
Still.
it has the most inversions though,
Okay, okay.
because it has 7.
You said
It has
7 inversions. It's nothing. No, I'm just kidding.
I could be totally wrong, but I'm
That's why
pretty sure.
I want to go on the Smiler. Fucking 13
Oh my
inversions.
god,
No,
yeah.
that's what I'm talking about.
No, Alpengeist was intense in the best way possible. It was oh my
That's
god,
what I
it was
like to
great.
hear.
It was so great, and it's really long. It's like 3 minutes long,
Oh wow.
and
No
it
multiple
hits
lift hills, right? Just one lift?
one lift.
Okay.
Or yeah, one lift. The only ride that had multiple lift hills was Loch Ness Monster.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, incredible. Like it has
Oh,
fucking
talk about the
loops.
theming a little bit because that's a big part of that ride.
Yes, it is actually. It's themed to a runaway ski lift. So you're in the queue and it's
It's
like you're
themed to
queuing.
Frozen,
Yes.
the horror movie.
So you're in the queue and like the loading area is the only structure in the queue. And
Mhm.
it just looks like a lift house for any
Sure,
other
sure.
ski lift.
Like a
But
chateau.
yeah, like a little chateau.
Uh-huh.
But there's like fake concrete snow in the queue and just general theming things like that.
Mhm.
And you get to the cars. They don't really look like ski lifts, other than the fact that they have skis.
I think that's cool though. I
It's
think
a cool detail.
I'm glad they went that extra mile with it.
It's a cool little detail.
Yeah.
Then you go up and it just happens, the ride. It's so cool. It's right on the river. Towards the end, it starts going through like this little trestle with all like this fake snow.
Uh-huh.
It goes through a few little like covered bridges.
Right.
It's a really great ride, and it was surprisingly intense.
Now, don't you see like skiers who have fallen to their doom and stuff like that? Like, isn't one like crashed through a roof or something?
Not that I remember
No?
seeing. No.
Okay. I
I
could
mean,
have sworn that was there.
there might have been something through. There might have been like a cutout through a roof that I just forgot,
Right.
or
Right.
thought it
Yeah.
was that they just didn't take care of it. But, but no, there's not a whole lot of them. Just like some fake snow in the ride.
Uh-huh.
But
Okay.
it's a great fucking ride. It really is.
Yeah. Yeah. Sounds like it.
And then the other coaster and last coaster the only coaster I've yet to mention, which might be my favorite in the park, if Alpengeist wasn't so good. Also, keep in mind, like the coasters when I went were running fucking beautifully.
Mhm.
Like, but it's hard to say if this is my favorite, but I think it might actually be. But I was kind of surprised about how incredible Verbolten was.
I didn't even know that existed.
You didn't know Verbolten existed?
No, the name doesn't ring a bell, and the others definitely.
You've never heard of Verbolten.
Verbolten. No.
Look
No.
up Verbolten.
Let me do this.
It's placed right over where This place right over where Big Bad Wolf was.
Okay,
Like
you want to talk
station.
about Big Bad Wolf for a second while I look it
Yeah,
up?
sure. Big Bad Wolf is or was
Yeah,
an arrow
was.
uh, an arrow suspended coaster, like one of the old ones with the bucket that you sat in.
Oh,
It was a great ride. It was so good. It had like this. It had an iconic drop that goes right into the river.
oh God, yes,
It
yes.
was, and they kept that drop for Verbolten, which made me so happy.
That's cool.
But yeah, it
Do you
was
want
not
to
really.
talk about, like, kind of briefly get into the whole controversy that's going on now with another arrow suspended, just like Big Bad Wolf?
Yeah, sure.
Just
So
while I watch this video really quick to get
yeah,
up to
yeah,
speed.
yeah. Meanwhile, on the West Coast,
Oh God.
a tree decided to fall on Six Flags Magic Mountain's Ninja.
Goddamn
So
trees. What were the trees thinking? Come on.
I don't even know, but that asshole tree caused the first car to derail. Nobody
Yes.
was hurt. I mean, like there were minor injuries, but nobody was like seriously hurt.
I think like a few people got sent to the hospital with minor injuries.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was just like precautionary stuff. But
Right.
yeah, they got him off after hours.
Which, I mean,
But
if you see the pictures, it does look intense, though. I mean, just the mental trauma of it, because the train is literally, like, hanging off. You know what
yeah,
I mean? It is like, I would be so freaked out if I was up there. Oh
yeah,
my God. It definitely looks scary.
mm. Yeah, but it happened, and it's been closed for about a week now,
Yeah.
a little over a week, as they're looking at safety stuff to figure out what the fuck's going on. Hopefully, they'll get
Coincidentally,
a backup.
the same day that happened, in a German park, we had an accident on a ride that was very similar to Magic Mountain's Green Lantern First Flight ride.
Mm.
And a kid was, unfortunately, this was a little more serious. He was thrown from the, whoa, holy shit, lighting effects.
Mm. Oh, you got
uh,
the lightning one?
yeah, yeah.
Cool.
He was thrown from the car and unfortunately was killed.
Uh,
So Green Lantern's also down.
oh.
And so, yeah, that's two big Magic Mountain coasters down at the same time, unfortunately. And Colossus, the August 16th closing date, kind of looms over. I don't think I'm going to make it there in time, unfortunately. I wish I could, but just logistically, I just feel like it'd be better to go to that park like when the summer crowd is kind of dissipated a bit. Like, I
Mm.
just don't want to wait in 2-hour-long lines for YOLO with dubstep playing.
Yeah.
God, like, no thank you. Okay, let's see. Most of this Verbolten thing you've been talking about is indoors.
Hmm?
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah, that happened at Magic Mountain. Precautionary stuff's happening. Just a freak accident. Hopefully they'll get it back open. It'd be a shame if they closed it.
Oh, yeah, I would hate that. Oh, no.
Yeah.
No. Please don't take out another arrow suspended. Please,
Yeah.
please no. Okay, so Verbolten, you want to talk about this a little bit?
Yes, Verbolten is the most themed coaster in this park.
It definitely looks like it.
You didn't look at the queue, did you?
No.
So, what Verbolten is that the story of is that you rent a car
Hmm.
from like this German travel agency, and then you get lost in the Black Forest. So,
Oh, that's fucking awesome.
yeah, as you're going through the queue, it's actually really fucking cool.
Uh-huh.
As you're going through the queue, like you go into like this like a ticketing building where like you rent tours and all that bullshit. And you leave that. There's a little outside portion.
Uh-huh.
You go into another building that has the luggage of all these lost tourists.
Oh
And
my.
like there's like just luggage everywhere. There's samples of the Black Forest, like just in like these little like things. And then on the wall there's a video feed of the Black Forest of like people
Mhm.
getting lost and taken by the forest.
I
And it's
love it.
real
I love it.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's in the loading
Oh.
area as well. And then in the loading area, like there's little sprouts and shit coming out of like nooks and crannies in there. So, what the hell kind of car do you drive? I forget what kind of car you drive.
It looks like
But
some sort of like fancy sports car or something.
yeah, it is. I just forget the make.
Yeah, it
But
doesn't matter.
yeah, it doesn't really matter. But you ride in it, and you leave load, goes around, launches. Like it goes around corner, launches into the Black Forest, and this is their showroom, which has
Oh yeah.
yeah, it has 3 programs. So there's the lightning one that you saw, which is just like your lightning's bombarding you, and
hmm
then there's a Big Bad Wolf tribute one
Oh no. Oh
where
god. I'm
where there's just
terrified.
it's just like wolf
No,
eyes and
no,
stuff.
no, big bad wolf. No big bad wolf. No big bad wolf. Please no.
It's just
One time watchers of the So You Want to Be Imagineer channel will get that reference.
it's just there's like it's just like wolf eyes and all that stuff. But the coolest one, which I wish I got, both times I rode, I got the Big Bad Wolf. But there's one where as you're going through the forest, you hear the voice of a woman,
Oh wow.
and like it's kind of like a siren call,
Uh-huh.
and it's like the spirit of the forest who lures you and then turns on you.
Is she the same spirit of the forest as in in The Hazards of Love?
No.
Okay.
But like right, so what it is at the end of the showroom, the car stops. There's a little show element, and then elevator drop, which it's really fucking cool to go on because there's only 3 coasters in the world with that kind of drop.
Yeah, and
So
I
it's
thought I had thought of that technology, but apparently other people adopted it.
yeah. No, there's
Um,
13 at Alton Towers. Then there's some polar thing at Legoland, and I think Windsor, and then there's this.
Windsor?
Yeah,
Not Windsor, California.
no, Windsor, England.
Oh
Wales.
my god, I about shat myself. I was like, what, there's a Legoland in Windsor?
No, your Legoland's in Carlsbad.
Yeah, oh my god, I was like, no, seriously, because Windsor did have a water park that closed down, so it's entirely possible that they used that space.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit! Holy shit, there's Legoland in Windsor! Oh my god! Oh, shit, you just disappointed me.
I'm sorry.
No, I love you. I'm in the Christmas spirit.
No, it's a really cool element,
Oh,
and it definitely adds the uniqueness of it. But it does that, then straight into that fucking launches out again. Then does a few little things, goes up into like this little covered bridge that's just kind of hanging there, like 50 feet, like 100, like many feet up. And I'm not sure why, because it doesn't really make sense for it to be there. But after that, it does the iconic drop from Big Bad Wolf, which was really cool. It was great to do that drop again.
Oh, I bet.
Though it wasn't suspended, but it was still really cool.
Oh.
And then it does a little turnaround back into load.
Nice.
But it's not the most thrilling coaster, but it's so much fucking fun. It's really cool, and the theming really adds to it, as does the show building.
Oh, most definitely, yeah. From the sounds of it.
Like honestly, if there was no show building, the coaster would just be run of the mill. It wouldn't be anything special. Yeah. But they played it well, and they made something really, really cool. And it's a really fun coaster. I really, really loved it.
Yeah, I think Discovery Kingdom could really benefit from even like a dark night like Wild Mouse or something like that. Anything themed like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But all right, so that's the coasters, but what else is there to offer at Busch Gardens?
Well, there's one big ride to talk about.
Okay.
And a few other relatively smaller ones. The Curse of Dark Castle.
Ooh.
I'm sure. Have you heard of it?
Vaguely?
Okay, so it uses the same ride system as Spider-Man and Transformers.
Oh god. Here I go with my anti-projection speech. I can't believe that Universal made a fucking ride about giant robots that didn't include a single damn animatronic. I sound like a broken record, but it's true.
Yeah.
It's a travesty. How hard is it to do a giant robot in the form of an animatronic? I got news for you, Universal. Not very. And by the way, I'm sorry, I do not like the fact that Escape from Gringotts just stops in front of scenes and then we just watch actors. I'm not down with that. I am not fucking down with that. Alright, but anyways, I'm sorry.
That's fine. So this is, with Verbolten, this is the other really story-driven ride.
Okay.
Where, again, it takes place in the Black Forest.
They really did all this Black Forest shit.
No, it's the German...
Right.
Yeah. But, the story is that...
Germany winners of the World Cup. Hell yeah.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Yeah. I could honestly give two shits, but I know this.
Good for you, all our German friends. But, the story of it is that this castle in the Black Forest, ruled by King Queen, but they have a son. Yes, a king and queen.
Oh, I thought you said ruled by King Queen.
No.
And I was going to make the joke, is he the king and queen of cheese?
No, but, they have a son named Ludwig. And
Ludwig von Drake is going to take you on a journey through history. All right, I don't have my Paul Frees impression down.
And he kills his parents.
Oh my.
So parents are dead, and he's now ruler, and he doesn't do a good job. So all the people in his kingdom try staging a coup, and they try to overthrow him. So he doesn't like that. So in retaliation, he throws a nice fancy ball for them. And
does he red wedding their asses?
No. At this ball. Also he's a werewolf.
Oh.
I forgot to mention that very important plot point. But at this ball, he brings all his guests to travel the countryside in his fleet of golden sleighs.
And there's a band with him, and the band is eventually going to assassinate them.
No.
I'm sorry. I can't. It just sounds like a very Game of Thrones-ish situation.
They never return.
Okay.
So that's essentially the story.
Interesting.
It's all explained in a pre-show that's no longer a pre-show, which disappoints me. Because
did they just take it out, or is it now
it's
just
still
part
there.
of the ride?
It's still there. The room's still there, and it's very obviously a pre-show room. But they just had a queue go through there.
Oh, that's sad. So they
they
don't have guests in the queue long enough to like really know what's going on at all.
Yeah, I mean, I was in the queue long enough once where I could actually see it, the whole thing.
Sure.
But it's dead. Yeah. So you get on the ride. 3D glasses, full motion.
Nothing can be worse than the mummy queue, which is just literally a woman just saying Imhotep over and over and over again. Oh, that's a terrible fucking queue. I don't know what it's like for Universal Orlando, but Universal Hollywood, it's just awful. Imhotep. The most annoying thing is that she's doing it in like constantly fluctuating volumes. Imhotep. All right, go on. I'm sorry.
So to be totally honest, I'm not sure what happens in the ride, other than like it's weird. Like you turn the corner and the queen is a ghost, and she says, "You gotta leave the castle. You gotta get the fuck out of here." And Ludwig comes in and he's like, "Nope, you're going in the castle." So you go in the castle, and like there's all these ghosties. Fucking suits of armor comes to life, try to kill you. You go around music room. He spins around music sheets, comes to life out of the music sheets. He's a ghost, but he's there. And then you go to the dining room, and they have a really cool effect where it feels as though you go up a floor.
Oh, yeah?
But I don't think you actually do. I kept trying to figure out if you actually did, but the walls of the car are very high, so you can't see the sides.
Okay, cool.
Which makes it hard to notice.
Right.
I don't think it does, but I'm not quite sure. But it's really cool because even off on the walls, like, when it goes up, like there's like these flags that go up with you to make it look like
Yeah,
you
yeah,
go on the
sure,
floor.
sure.
So it has a really cool effect. But that happens. You go around. You go through a fireplace, and it has this really weird thing where you're just in dark, kind of going around and just laughing maniacally. And then you're falling from the sky. Like you see castle spires next to you. They're physical. Like the whole set's sideways
Oh
as you're
wow.
falling.
Oh
It's
jeez.
actually really cool. But
Oh.
the next part is like the coolest part of the ride, and it's not even a screen. So like you fall. I don't even know what happens at this part. You fall through the ground. You turn around and there's like these giant rock formations that look like deformed like monsters. But it's like really cool because like the music swells, like there's like all these eyes and all of it. It's really impressive, despite it being a
Oh.
very small set. And turns around, you're on the castle ground. You're on the castle grounds right outside the wall. Ludwig breaks down the door. It turns into a wolf, tries to attack you, but he's outside the castle walls, and he has no power outside the castle walls, so he turns to ice, and then he explodes,
Oh
and you're
no.
sprayed. And then the queen says, "Good job, everybody. You can go home." And then you go home.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
really jarring, and it sounds god awful when I'm saying it in words. But actually riding it, I really like thoroughly enjoyed the ride.
Oh
And
sure, sure, I
I
bet.
think a lot of it's because of the ride system and the effects that they use. But it was a cool ride.
Like it sounds like they got the Spider-Man style system down better than Spider-Man because it sounds like they actually know how to use their goddamn physical sets.
Well, I mean, Spider-Man has physical sets a little bit.
A little bit, but it sounds like with this, it's like I just like the idea of, the sets being turned on the side when you're falling and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
it was cool. It was a
That
really
to
cool
me
ride.
sounds pretty innovative.
Yeah, it was a really cool dark ride, and I very much
Oh,
enjoyed it.
right, right.
Yeah.
So, all right, so a couple of the smaller ones, I guess.
Yes. There's Europe in the Air, which
Ooh.
is it's a Soarin' knockoff.
Oh, oh no, oh no, oh
Yeah.
no, oh
Yeah.
no.
Uh-oh. I'm not sure if I'm lost internet. I haven't lost internet, so I'm still here. But yes, Europe in the Air is an attraction. It's essentially a Sora knockoff, but instead of like the system that Soren has, you're just in. It's a simulator, but you're in one of those simulators where it's the entire theater that moves. But it's it transitions better than Soren and gives a reason to why you're going that fast through everything. Where in this ride, they have like this weird thing where you can do vacations in mere minutes, is what they say. So that's essentially what it is. It's an interesting ride. It's cool. You go through France, you go through Ireland because it's the actual queue is in Ireland. You go through London. I think you go through Germany. Do you go through Germany? No, you go through Italy and you go to Neuschwanstein as well. Um, so yeah, that's an okay ride. It's interesting. My Tiki is not a thing right now. I'm slightly concerned. So I'm gonna look this up and see if he's online as I continue to talk. But what's going on in terms of this? An error occurred. Please try again later. Why, thank you, YouTube. Okay. Yeah, so Tiki seems to have gone MIA, so I'm not quite sure. Waiting for people to join this video call. Oh, wonderful. So I'm still here, but there's not a whole lot else to talk about. I didn't see London Rocks. I probably should have, because it would have been interesting. It sounded interesting. I just didn't see it. Oh yeah, Escape from Pompeii. It's an incredible ride. It's just like one of those simple flume rides, like the big flume rides with the gigantic splashes that like every Six Flags has. But this one has fire because you go up the lift hill and you go into Pompeii as it collapses and earthquakes around you and fire happens. And It's a very interesting ride. It's really cool. It's hotter than hell on the ride because of so much fire. And then you go down a hill, and there's a splash, and you turn around. It's definitely my favorite like flume ride in that style. Because it's better than just going up a lift hill and turning around and just going down a hill. Like the other ones are. This one has theme, which is what I find very interesting about Busch Gardens, is that it's. I know it's owned by SeaWorld, but it's like a Cedar Fair or Six Flags like park, but it has a fuck ton of theming. Like in their rides, they really take care of their rides, and they really do interesting things with each of their rides, which is why I think it's such a good park, because it's a really great park. And if you haven't been there, fucking go tomorrow, because they're closed now because it's 1:30 in the morning. So technically, go today or tomorrow. I won't judge you whenever you go. Just go at some point, ride the rides, see the sights, get a caricature, drink an Anheuser-Busch beer. Go on the Loch Ness Monster. Go on the Rhine River Cruise. Sit on a boat. Go through an empty river. Ride a train. They have a train there. You can pet some Clydesdales. You want to pet Clydesdales? They got them. You can pet them. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff at Busch Gardens. There's also a river rapids, which is also interesting, but it's about the same as any other river rapids. I don't have a whole else lot to say. Busch Gardens is a great park. And Tiki is gone. I've been rambling for much too long. I'm slightly frightened. I feel as though Tiki is testing me, and I have simply failed. I apologize to all of you. I'm just kidding. Yeah. Busch Gardens, fun park. They only have 5 coasters, as I said, but all of them are really unique and tons of fucking fun. Like, other than my experience at Apollo's Chariot in the queue, like, I had no problems with anything in the park. I did not find a ride that I did not like, which I found very interesting because, like, usually any park you go to, there's at least one ride that you simply don't care for. And I mean, technically I didn't care for Griffin, but it's still a really great ride. It's not like I said, I don't like that. It's just, I was like, it's good. Like, compared to other parks where, like, you can find 5 or 6 rides where you're like, this sucks. I'm going home. Bye. I'm not actually leaving, I'm just talking hypothetically. But yeah, they have great food. They have German food. I got German food there. And this is just painful to watch, isn't it? But you're all here, sticking with me through thick and thin, as the Germans say. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Who was? Oh.
Damn it, Jafar! Fuck! Fuck in A, Jafar. That's the second time tonight. We really need to get Jafar on timeout or something. Oh my god, just ridiculous. Just ridiculous. Right when I was about to make an erector set joke too. Oh man.
You just missed like 7 minutes of me rambling.
What were you rambling about?
Oh, I don't even fucking know.
Was it even related to Busch Gardens at all?
Oh, yes, it was.
Okay,
yes,
good.
It was kind of just me incoherently rambling about Busch Gardens without stopping.
All right. Well, you did your job. You did your job well then.
That's what I strive for. God damn it.
All right, but just really quickly, explain to me this Soarin' knockoff.
So, it's a simulator, but it's one of those simulators where the entire theater is a simulator.
Oh God. Okay. So
yeah. Like, it's one. I mean, it's a good ride, but I liked. It takes place in Europe. It goes to Ireland, France, England, and Italy. And Germany, because it goes to Neuschwanstein as well. But I like how it gives a reason as to why you're traveling through Europe in 2 minutes.
Sure.
It's a weird reason, because they say that their company offers like ultra fast vacations.
Oh.
where you can
Okay.
like travel all these places in like minutes. So you don't really experience them, but god damn it, you see it in person from afar, from Jafar. But it's an okay ride. It's not anything amazing.
Right.
Frankly, I liked what was there before better
What was there
because it was
before?
cool. Well, this ride, it's placed in the Ireland section.
Hmm.
And the ride that was there before was also a simulator. It's called Corkscrew Hill. And it was like
Okay.
this really cool simulator that played with Irish folklore,
Oh
where like
wow.
you're shrunk down by a witch, and shit happens, and I forget what exactly because it was years since I wrote it. But it was a really interesting, unique ride,
Yeah,
and
I
it kind
really
of
like
makes me
how in
sad that it got
general,
released
just
for.
by the sounds of it, this park's really playing with like German, just European mythology.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
really
cool
interesting.
because yeah, like Germany's set to like an Oktoberfest with like
Mhm.
apparently very heavy themes in the Black Forest.
Right.
France is set to like a World's Fair exhibition.
Uh-huh.
Ireland's just set to like a castle. I think it's modeled after Killarney actually.
Okay.
Scotland's just Loch Ness. Um, Italy is like a festival. Greece is a part of Italy in there.
Mhm.
So like they're both kind of one and the same, even though they're really not. And England's set to London. But so yeah, like it's really cool how they each play. It's kind of like a mini world showcase without being
Sure.
respectful to the country.
Oh God.
I mean, like it's tacky American, but it's also in the spirit of the country,
Right, right.
a
I get you.
generalized spirit of the country. But still, it works, and it's a great park.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah,
Let's see, any smaller flat rides or anything that stuck out to you?
the only real big flat ride that they have a mock tower.
Oh, okay, okay.
But I mean, I don't like drop towers other than Tower of
Mm,
Terror, so I didn't go
mm.
on it. But it broke down at the end of the day, which was apparently normal for mock towers.
Yeah.
Um, what?
Oh no, no, no. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were saying.
Yeah.
They also have a log flume. It's like any other log flume.
You go up, and then dare I ask, do you go down?
No, you go up more,
Oh, holy
and
shit.
then yeah, and then unloads up above. Walk down a staircase, and you're out. Um, it's called Les Scouts, and it's set in Canada, or as they call it in Busch Gardens, New France, because
Wow.
that's Europe, and that's the only way they could justify it.
Wow.
But they also have a river rapids set to ancient Greece.
Oh, how is that?
It's okay. I mean, it's like any other river rapids. It's not really anything special.
I mean, I think with River Rapids, it's like just the four I've been on in California vary to great degrees. Let's see, let's run through them. Of course, the big daddy on top is Grizzly River Run.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that. That's a classic. I'd say the second best one is probably Whitewater Safari at Discovery Kingdom. Maybe it's just my hometown bias speaking, but I really like the way that that ride interacts with the rest of the park. Like, you can see the tubes going over the tubes basically kind of fly over this sort of cliff that's overlooking the butterfly habitat and a couple of flat
Hmm.
rides. And so, it's like it just gives the park this kinetic energy, and I really, really like the way that they landscape the ride.
Hmm.
Uh, then there's Roaring Rapids at California Great America. That ride's okay. I mean, it doesn't really have a lot of force to it. The theming's all right. It's fine. It's definitely got a good sort of. It feels like you're in the middle of the woods, so it's kind of like the Russian River or something.
Hmm.
And then the absolute worst one I've been on is the one at fucking Magic Mountain, which feels like a goddamn afterthought.
Hmm.
It's just like, hey, let's build a concrete ditch and have some rafts run through it. Yeah. And it literally goes in an oval. I'm not fucking kidding. It literally goes in an oval. You can see it from Tatsu. It's ridiculous. And they don't even try to theme it. It's just like, all right, let's go through some rapids. It's pathetic. So
I would say that this is kind of in like the middle of the spectrum.
Okay,
But
so
like
kind of like whitewater safari spectrum, where it's really good landscaping,
yeah,
Okay,
like it
okay.
has some theming, like you can tell, like yeah, this is Greece. As you
Right.
pass by like 5 knockoff Venus de Milos. But
Yeah, right. Like with Discovery Kingdom, it's like, it's like you pass by certain things. It's like, yeah, this kind of resembles, temple ruins,
yeah,
somewhat vaguely.
yeah,
Oh God! But most importantly, I think Discovery Kingdom just has a damn good, a damn good circuit because it just constantly maintains its speed. I think the most boring thing with a river rapids ride is if you're just kind of floating there, not doing much,
yeah.
and it's just sort of like, all right, yeah, we're going down the water, and that's most definitely what the Magic Mountain one is like. But, oh
The
God,
best the best water ride in Busch Gardens
yes.
is Escape from Pompeii.
Oh boy,
Yeah.
sounds like a Pirates knockoff.
No, it's not at all.
Okay.
So it's a flume ride. It's one of those big flume rides, the ones with the gigantic drop that you get soaked on.
Yeah, like a JP style.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
So the theme of it is that you're on a tour of Pompeii.
Okay.
You go up the lift hill and it's outside. And then you go inside. Like it has a whole dark ride section.
Oh.
And while you're in it, an earthquake hits quote unquote Pompeii. So like all these lights are shaking on the roof, and like all these statues are falling, beams are collapsing around you, and there's fire like everywhere, like fire shoots out towards you, there's fire on the water.
Right.
It's really fucking cool. And then it turns around and then just goes down the hill.
Oh. Oh wow.
And
Wow.
it's a really cool ride.
Yeah, yeah. Sounds like
I've
it. Sounds
never
like
seen
it.
a flume ride like that. Like a flume ride
Oh.
like that.
Yeah, I hear you.
It's
I hear you.
yeah. It's really cool.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
And that had no line, which surprised me. I went on it like 3 times.
Nice, nice. Let's see. Any other kind of odd little flat rides?
I mean, to be honest, I didn't really.
Indulge in the flat rides that much.
No.
I hear you. I hear you.
Flat rides aren't my thing.
Flat rides are not my thing either. It's like I can take roller coasters just fine. Flat rides will kill my fucking motion sickness if I'm
Will
not
they?
careful. Oh yeah. Oh
Oh.
yeah.
They don't bother me like that. It's just like, yeah.
Yeah, flat rides. Yeah, for me it's the motion sickness. I guess it's the repetitive motion of flat rides. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas with roller coasters, you're going through a bunch of different elements, but with flat rides, it's like the same element repeated over and over. So I guess that's what gets to me.
Yeah, like I went on the bumper cars.
Oh well, bumper cars are yeah.
No, but I mean, like with me, it's like every park like has a scrambler, and they're exactly the same.
Oh yeah.
Except for one at Great Escape, which is fucking incredible. It's in a dome, and as you ride it, there's a light show.
Isn't that how they do it at Islands of Adventure too?
No, I don't think. No.
Themed to Storm Force Acceleration.
I believe that's outside.
No, I'm pretty sure it's inside.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
Huh.
You'll have to look that up.
Huh. It used to be set to Magical Mystery Tour, but I digress. But it's a cool fucking ride. They had music playing. They got strobies. But yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, like the Scrambler at Discovery Kingdom, it's most certainly nothing special, but it is kind of tucked into a cool little corner of the park where you've got the boomerang on one side, you've got the Crocodile Island on another side, so at least you've got some cool views, and you can laugh at the people going on boomerang and subjecting themselves to that kind of pain, so that's always fun. Oh, God.
Yeah, I mean, like, flat rides are usually pretty generic.
Yeah, Discovery Kingdom's definitely got a couple good ones. Like, they've got a Frisbee Huss. Have you ever been on a Frisbee Huss?
No.
Oh, man. Oh, those are really fun. You know what they are, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, where it's like you sit in a circle, and it's basically kind of like a pendulum style like swinging ship ride, except it's a giant frisbee essentially, and it spins the whole time.
Oh, I have been on one. I was thinking of
Yes?
yeah, yeah. Hello?
Yeah? What were you
Yeah.
thinking of?
I was thinking of the one where the track's on the bottom.
Oh, okay, that's the Delirium model.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, there's one in Six Flags New England, Frisbee House.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of a little bit like not super rare, but like not one that you see at every single park. So
Huh.
then let's see, we have of course we have a top spin. I mean that those are pretty standard.
Yeah.
Let's see, any other interesting ones we have? Not really. Well, I think
Great Escape.
Tsunami Soaker is actually a really fucking fun flat ride / water ride. I think it's a perfect blend of the two. But that just opened.
Hmm.
But what about Great Escape?
That just had like a Trabant and had a Condor.
Hmm.
Not really anything special. I mean, really what I just realized actually is I think most of the flat rides at Busch Gardens were aimed towards kids.
I mean, that kind of makes sense. You know, it's like you got the coasters for that. That's pretty much how they are at Marine World too, for the most part. You know, you got the coasters for, for the older kids and the adults, and then you got the flat rides. To a certain extent, I think we have like a Hammerhead, and that's pretty intense. I think that's geared more towards teenagers, but
Hmm.
for the most part, our flat rides are very kid orientated.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I can see it.
Yeah,
A
like there were
park
a
that
few.
definitely needs help with flat rides is goddamn Magic Mountain because oh
Yeah.
my god, their flat ride selection is just.
Hmm.
I think they have like a roundup and a swinging chip, and I swear to God that might be like it, and a
Huh.
carousel. That's it.
No, there were a few. Like there was a really cool area in Italy where they
Mhm.
had like 3 or 4 flat rides modeled after Da Vinci.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was
Nice.
interesting. They had two
Oh,
kiddie flat rides and two like adult, not
right,
like
right.
normal size flat rides.
Yeah, yeah.
It was cool.
Yeah, yeah. Ride
Yeah.
any of
Yeah.
them, or just no because you're anti-flat ride?
No, I mean I'm just. I mean, like if all the rides there, I'm not gonna wait in a line to spin in a circle for 2 minutes.
I hear you.
So,
I hear
huh.
you. Oh God. Okay. Let's see. Any any dining that you experienced, or did you eat outside
Uh,
the park?
no, I ate in the park.
Okay.
They did have food for each country,
Nice,
which
nice.
was cool. Like France had crepes. They had a creperie. In
Again, hate to
Germany,
go back to the Discovery Kingdom comparison, but one of the Discovery Kingdom's most popular restaurants is a crepe shop.
there you go. I love crepes.
Oh,
No,
God.
in Germany they had sausages, which was wonderful.
Of Germany having sausages?
I know,
My God.
I know. They also had pizza, but
That just doesn't fit. I mean, come on, you got an Italian. So, as an Italian myself, I'm personally offended.
well, I mean they had pizza in Italy.
Oh, well, okay, that's what I'm saying. So,
They actually had homemade cannelloni in Italy, which
oh,
surprised me.
fuck yeah.
For like a big park like that to like make their own cannelloni.
Oh my God, I would be so down. I would be so down for that. Oh my God. Because I am just the most stereotypical Italian you can find. It's like literally my favorite food is just goddamn pizza and pasta. It's like I am the stereotype.
Yeah. No, the food was good.
Uh-huh.
They had those food cones.
Oh God, oh God.
Like they have in Radiator Springs.
Oh yeah, okay,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, right,
I
right.
wanted to try one, but I just never ended up trying one.
Uh-huh.
They looked
Interesting.
good
Huh.
though. They had a taco one, they had a pizza one, and I forget what the other one was.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, they had good food in the park.
Uh-huh. Sounds like
Yeah.
it. Sounds like it. Sounds
Yeah.
like overall a really interesting time. I really kind of like what you've been describing, sort of the whole folklore element of it. I never really knew that much about Williamsburg. The Busch Gardens Park I've been following is mostly Busch Gardens Tampa,
That's the
because
one
that's
that
the one
everyone
that's
seems to follow.
because of cheetah hunt stuff like
Yeah,
that. But and I don't know, frankly, again with the Discovery Kingdom comparisons,
yeah,
Busch Gardens Tampa is basically Discovery Kingdom with a massive budget.
yeah,
But yeah, I don't know. Sounds like you had a good time. So,
yeah.
any closing statements before we kind of
Busch
sign off?
Busch Gardens is an incredible park, and everyone should go, at least at some point, and ride Verbolten and Alpengeist and Loch Ness Monster and Apollo's Chariot and the Griffin.
Yes, I very much hope to at some point. All right. Well,
Yeah.
this is another episode of Nuts and Bolts in the Bag. We will see you next time where we talk about another non-Disney coaster theme park related thing. All right. See you
We
guys later.
will. Goodbye.